देखा, पेरिस देखा, लंदन देखा, पेरिस देखा और देखा जापान। माइकल देखा, एल्विस देखा, सब देखा मेरी जान। सारे जग में कहीं नहीं है दूसरा हिंदुस्तान, दूसरा हिंदुस्तान, दूसरा हिंदुस्तान। ये दुनिया एक दुल्हन, ये दुनिया एक दुल्हन, दुल्हन के माथे की बिंदिया। ये मेरा इंडिया, ये मेरा इंडिया। I love my India, I love my India। जब छेड़ा मल्हार किसी ने, झूम के सावन आग लगा दी पानी में, जब दीपक राग सुनाया। सात सुरों का संगम, ये जीवन गीतों की माला। बांसुरी वाला, बांसुरी वाला। ये मेरा इंडिया, I love my India। ये मेरा इंडिया, I love my India।
सिम सिम बोला बोला, सिम सिम बोला, सिम सिम बोला बोला, सिम सिम बोला। फाइन फ्लैट फ्लूट पाइप पचोला पचोला, ड्रम ड्रोन ट्यूबलेट सिम्बोला सिम्बोला। डोरे फासो
पमरिसा,
डोरे फासो
पमरिसा,
डोरे फासो
पमरिसा,
डोरे फासो
पमरिसा।
डोरे 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 परे का रे 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 परे सा रे 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 सा रे सा 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 रे पनी नी पा पा मा मा रे रे सा रे सा नी रे।
दुनिया एक दुल्हन दुल्हन के माथे की बिंदिया। ये मेरा इंडिया, आई लव माय इंडिया। ये मेरा इंडिया, आई लव माय इंडिया। वतन मेरा इंडिया, सजन मेरा इंडिया, करम मेरा इंडिया, धर्म मेरा इंडिया।
संदेशे आते हैं हमें तड़पाते हैं, तो चिट्ठी आती है वो पूछे जाती है कि घर कब आओगे, कि घर कब आओगे, लिखो कब आओगे, कि तुम बिन ये घर सूना सूना है। संदेशे आते हैं हमें तड़पाते हैं, चिट्ठी आती है वो पूछे जाती है कि घर कब आओगे, कि घर कब आओगे, लिखो कब आओगे, कि तुम बिन ये घर सूना सूना है। किसी मतवाली ने हमें खत लिखा है, ये हमसे पूछा है। किसी की सांसों ने, किसी की धड़कन ने, किसी की चूड़ी ने, किसी के कंगन ने, किसी के गजरे ने, किसी के गजरे ने, महकती सुबहों ने, मचलती शामों ने, अकेली रातों ने, अधूरी बातों ने, तरसती बाहों ने, और पूछा है तरसी निगाहों ने कि घर कब आओगे, कि घर कब आओगे, लिखो कब आओगे, कि तुम बिन ये दिल सूना सूना है।
संदेशे आते हैं हमें तड़पाते हैं, तो चिट्ठी आती है वो पूछे जाती है
कि घर कब आओगे, कि घर कब आओगे, लिखो कब आओगे, कि तुम बिन ये घर सूना सूना है। मोहब्बत वालों ने, हमारे यारों ने हमें ये लिखा है कि हमसे पूछा है। हमारे गाँव ने, आम की छाँव ने, पुराने पीपल ने, बरसते बादल ने, खेत खलियानों ने, हरे मैदानों ने, घर कब आओगे, कि घर कब आओगे, लिखो कब आओगे, कि तुम बिन गाओ सुना सुना है।
संदेश से आते हैं हमें तड़पाते हैं, वो चिट्ठी आती है पूछे जाती है,
कि घर कब आओगे, कि घर कब आओगे, लिखो कब आओगे, कि तुम बिन ये घर सोना सोना है। कभी ममता की, प्यार की गंगा की, तो चिट्ठी आती है साथ बोलाती है। मेरे दिन बचपन के खेल वो आंगन के, वो साया आंचल का, वो टीका काजल का, वो लोरी रातों में, वो नरमी हाथों में, वो चाहत आंखों में, वो चिंता बातों में, बिगड़ना ऊपर से, मोहब्बत अंदर से, करे वो देवी माँ। यही हर खत में पूछे मेरी माँ, कि घर कब आओगे, कि घर कब आओगे, लिखो कब आओगे, कि तुम बिना आंगन सुना सुना है।
संदेश से आते हैं हमें तड़पाते हैं, वो चिट्ठी आती है वो पूछे जाती है,
कि घर कब आओगे, कि घर कब आओगे, लिखो कब आओगे, कि तुम बिन ये घर सुना सुना है।
To all the alumni and the cadets who are present here. So I would like to request everybody to settle down in your seats. So we'll be starting the program in some time now. So please settle down. Welcome you all. Please take your seats. Yes, please. Please come on the stage. It's an honor to welcome you all to the 76th NCC Day celebration organized by the alumni of 4 Karnataka Air Squadron NCC MYSORE. I am Bhumika R., a proud NCC alumna from 2013 and 16 batch and currently a committee member of the association. During my time in NCC, I had the privilege of attending RDC in 2014 and 15. Currently, I am working as a senior associate at EXL Services Private Limited in Bangalore and pursue my passion towards Bharatanatyam alongside my professional life. So I do have my co-hosts along with me. Over to them.
Thank you, Bhumika. A very good morning to everyone. I am Pooja, a proud alumna of the 4-Car Air Squadron NCC from the 2018 batch. It is an honor to welcome you all to this celebration of NCC Day. May this gathering be filled with inspiration, connection, and the joy of being in great company. Thank you.
Thank you, Pooja and Bhumika. Hi, a very good morning and a warm welcome to you all. It's a great pleasure for me to be part of the NCC Day celebration. I'm Chetna and NCC alumni of 2004 batch. And currently I'm working as a HR professional in an MNC company, Bangalore. So I have been a passionate swimmer and I have represented Karnataka at national level and also a gold medalist at university level. And outside of my work, I do a lot of pro bono activities, including blood donation camp, conducting a lot of blood donation camp in association with a lot of forums and also hospitals and all that. So I've also been a blood donor in the past. And I've been very passionate about maintaining a healthy lifestyle through swimming and yoga. Thank you.
Thank you for introducing yourself, Pooja and Chetna. Today, as we celebrate the values, legacy of the National Cadet Corps, I extend a heartfelt welcome to all the esteemed guests who are seated on the dais, and alumni who are present today, cadets and officers. Let's make this day memorable by sharing experiences and fostering the spirit of camaraderie that NCC has instilled in us still. Now I would like to call upon Pooja for the invocation.
A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. On this note, I'd like to begin today's event, which is a milestone for our journey together as the alumni of 4-Car Air Squadron NCC. Let us invoke the blessings of Lord Ganesha with a song. I call upon Cadet Kirtana on stage for the song.
महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दितमहागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महादेवसुतं महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं मारकोटि प्रकाशं शतं महाकाव्यनाटकदिप्रियम् महाकाव्यनाटकदिप्रियं मूषिकवाहनमोदकप्रियं महाकाव्यनाटकदिप्रियं मूषिकवाहनमोदकप्रियं महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दितमहागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि
The lamp for someone, it will also brighten your path. Now I request the dignitaries on the dais to light the lamp. I call upon Colonel Rohit Thakur, Wing Commander Ashish, Group Captain Abhinav Chaturvedi, Mr. Nagraju, Mr. Somendra Singh, Flight Lieutenant Punya Nanjappa. Now I'd request the NCC song to be played.
हम
Air Squadron NCC. He has been a practicing dentist since 28 years. He has done his schooling at St. Anne's and later joined St. Philomena's just for the sake of joining FOCAR. He did his RD parade in 1987, being in 10th standard. His wife, Dr. Bindu Thomas, is the principal of Vidya Vikas Engineering College. His son, Adam Anil Thomas, studies 4th standard at DPS School, Mysore. He is also into politics and is a state president of BJP Minority Morcha. I'd request Dr. Anil Thomas to welcome the gathering.
Good morning to everybody present here. I am indeed privileged to stand before this august audience. Such distinguished officers on stage and distinguished alumni in front of the stage, and my dear cadets and families of few of our NCC officers, particularly Prasanna Kumar. First of all, on behalf of the 4th Karnataka Air Squadron alumni and all of you all present here, I would like to welcome today's chief guest, Colonel Rohit Thakur, who has traveled all the way from Bangalore to be with us in this distinguished audience. On behalf of all of you all, I welcome Colonel Rohit Thakur. We have the commanding officer of 4th Karnataka Air Squadron NCC Mysore, Wing Commander Ashish, who is also instrumental in lending us a helping hand to the alumni and organizing this event in such a magnanimous way. On behalf of all present here, I would like to welcome Wing Commander Ashish, the commanding officer of 4th Karnataka Air Squadron NCC. The alumni of 4th Karnataka Air Squadron NCC gathered pace and it formed into such a wonderful group of people, individuals, Indian citizens. Just because of Group Captain Abhinav Chaturvedi, the former commanding officer and founder of Alpha Lead Mysore, was instrumental in collaborating with the alumni, and it all started a few years that when he was in command. On behalf of all of you all, I welcome Group Captain Abhinav Chaturvedi too. It is very thrilling to be here on this stage sitting beside Flight Lieutenant Punya Nanjappa, the first fighter pilot from Mysore, and we all have read about her, known her in the newspapers and televisions. On behalf of all present here, with a wonderful round of applause, please welcome Ms. Punya Nanjappa. We have another distinguished guest on stage, Mr. Somender Singh. If you can Google Somender Singh Mysore, you will have a long list of things that you can know about Mr. Somender Singh, who is my neighbor. He has got wonderful achievements behind him, and he is an inspiration to all of us who are into adventure sports, and he is an innovator, and his innovation, if the government takes into consideration, probably we will have a much cleaner air in the entire world. on behalf of all of you all, I welcome Mr. Somender Singh to this august audience. We have another distinguished officer, Lieutenant Colonel Prabhakaran, who is the AO of 13 Karnataka Battalion NCC. On behalf of all of you all present here, I would welcome Lieutenant Colonel Prabhakaran too. We have another distinguished Lieutenant Colonel Ananta Keshava, who is from the 1 Karnataka Engineering Corps NCC. We welcome you, sir, on behalf of all the alumni and the cadets present here. We have many distinguished guests among the audience. We have the Commander Raghunath sir. We have Ramital Rao, an alumni of 4 Karnataka. We have Venkat Srinivas. We have Mr. Panduranga Rao. All of them distinguished alumni of 4 Karnataka who have traveled all the way from Delhi to be in this prestigious event. Once again, on behalf of everybody present here, I would like to welcome, and with a big round of applause, Srimati Uma Venkatesh. Without her, I am just the president, but she does all the job, and she works 24 hours a day to make this event a success, and she inspires all of us present here. I welcome on all your behalf, and I would thank her also to making this event such a grand success. Welcome, Uma Venkatesh ji. Lastly, all of you all have taken so much effort to be with us and inspire. Today's morning, the motor rally, Commander Raghunath was instrumental in that. We had a beautiful rally across Mysore city, and the newspapers, the media have covered it well from yesterday. They're all here. On behalf of all of us present here, I welcome the media who are all present here, who are doing a wonderful job promoting NCC to everyone around Mysore. I would also welcome the family members of the NCC officer Prasanna Kumar of St. Philomena's High School. All of them, can you just get up so that people can see? Prasanna Kumar's son, the daughter-in-law, the grandchildren, all of them are here. All of them are here to, in solidarity with all of us, representing their dad, who was a great officer, which none of us could ever forgive. Once again, I welcome all of you all to this august audience, to this alumni, to this beautiful gathering. In fact, I'm a politician, I was a dentist, but being with this distinguished officer, I was a little nervous. Thank you very much once again for being here. I welcome everyone on behalf of 4 Karnataka Air Squadron NCC. Thank you.
Introduce our chief guest, Colonel Rohit Thakur. Colonel Rohit Thakur, an alumnus of Birla Public School, Raniket, and an Bangalore March 1998 batch officer commissioned into the 4x1 Gurkha Rifles. He participated in Operation Vijay, Kargil War, and fought terrorism in Kashmir, where he notably saved 7,000 pilgrims during the Amarnath Yatra by eliminating Afghan terrorists. He was mobilized for an attack in Pakistan during the Operation Parakram, following the 2001 parliamentary attack. Colonel Thakur has also been involved in counter-insurgency operations in Assam and Nagaland under Operation Rhino and Operation Orchid. He served as an instructor at the Indian Military Academy and commanded his battalion in Manipur. His actions during the Amarnath Yatra are loosely depicted in the movie Tumhare Hawale Watan Sathiyon, and another film, Kwatha, is being made about his battalion's actions in Manipur. Currently, he is the group commander in Mysore. Colonel Thakur is a China expert, writer, avid reader, golfer, and a horse rider. I request Colonel Rohit Thakur to share his words of wisdom with us.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. first, my apologies to you. I was seeing my watch. I think 20 minutes late. There were other functions also which I had to go attend. So that was my reason for delay. I am very grateful to each one of you who have thought to make me join your celebrations. And especially, I'm grateful to Uma ma'am, who have extended the invitation to me. Now, as I speak, over here when I see the first row, the second row and third row, all salt and paper, very smartly dressed, have all the passion for life, and I would say NCC has done a very fine job. And then now I would like to touch the chord. The chord is ultimately the NCC alumni or the NCC cadets are third line of defense. And as I'm a very keen student of geopolitics, if you see the world today, if you see the Ukraine-Russia war, the Israel war, and maybe the Chinese flexing its arms in Taiwan can come up, the world is heading for disaster. Till about this period from today, till about Jan 20th, 20th Jan next year, till the time the next president takes over, the world is passing through a very nebulous phase. And it will be there. Things would, there's a very fine law, which is said as law of entropy. Anything which is at high has to come low. And now the world is heading for that. But the silver lining is India is rising. The world, anywhere if you see today, if you see the biggest democracy, which is US of A, you see their political scene is in crisis. If you see China, Deng Xiaoping, he said that we'll go for internal calm, external intensity. It has all gone for 6. She is there. If you see Pakistan, it's gone to dogs. If you see Bangladesh, it has gone to dogs. If you see Sri Lanka, it has gone to dogs. Iran, if you see, everywhere there's chaos. And why now NCC is important? NCC is important because these people, the world doesn't want peaceful rise of India. Nobody wants. And if you see now, since it's an Air Force gathering, now you see they're not giving us engines for Tejas. So it's all thought of. If you see today, the shares of Adani has gone down. Why? It's all thought of. It is not by design. It is not by, a natural course it's taking place. No, it's by design. And they will target us. They will target us, our fault lines. So that is why NCC becomes more important. If you see today, in Ukraine, in Russia, today, the North Koreans are fighting. There are 10,000 of them, they are fighting for them. So, if tomorrow, if I can vouch for it, if any NCC cadet is given a rifle to protect his nation, they will do it willingly. Now, I would quote from Chanakya. Chanakya, as you know, he was a great philosopher, thinker of Maurya Empire. He said, it's in Hindi, this quote, he said, अगर आप शास्त्र को छोड़ देते हो तो आपकी संस्कृति टूट जाएगी, अगर आप शस्त्र को छोड़ देते हो तो देश ही खत्म हो जाएगा. So if you see all our gods, from Shiva. Shiva has this Trishul, Rama has his bow and arrow, and Krishna has his Sudarshan Chakra. So all had weapons. And this country, ऐसे नहीं सोने की चिड़िया बोलते थे. We had trade with Rome, we had trade with, tell about your Thailand, everywhere it was us. And when you fly from India and you go, and when you cross the airspace of Pakistan and then beyond, it is all sand. It was here where you had rivers, where you had trees, where you had culture. And now I'll connect it with Karnataka. Karnataka, I've been here. I was director recruiting. I was looking after recruitment of army in Karnataka, Lakshadweep, and Kerala. So I'm a very, I like to read. When I went to Hampi, Kishkinda, I had tears in my eyes. What was the civilization? Imagine second richest city after Beijing. We like to always, we like always to see the white skin. We always, in about 15th century, there were still tribals eating dry fish. And you look at our temples, look at our science, what it was. And people, they say, India was union of states. No, India was never a union of states. It was Bharat. Why I'll tell you is, if you see Avantipur, Avantipur is a air base next to Srinagar. If you see the architecture of the temples, the ruins over there, it is again to Halabedu and Belur. It is again to Hampi. I had a privilege to see Sharda Peeth also, one of the Peeth, which is with Pakistan. I mean, one could see across from the binocular and all, not physically. Same architecture, no change. And if somebody had to revive what Bharat is, it was somebody from Kerala. And who he would be? Names? Adi Shankaracharya. Adi Shankaracharya. So, that is when I say, हथियार और शस्त्र नहीं छोड़ना है. The deep state which is there in the world will divide us for our religion, for our culture, for our state. But loosely I would say, India is one. And I, being a third generation army officer, my father was also in the army, my grandfather was also in the army. I have seen Manipur, I've commanded my unit, the chaos which is happening over there. It is all being done by somebody. By the, I'll not like to bring about, because this is a different forum and the press is also over here, maybe they'll quote me, but it's being done by design. If you see Bangladesh, somebody wanted, because somebody had 800 bases, 11 aircraft carriers, but they still didn't have anything to checkmate China. India won't give the bases. They wanted in Andaman Nicobar. So what they did, they created Bangladesh. The chaos has happened. So everything which is happening in this world is by design. Is nothing is not natural course of this thing. And believe you me, India is rising. By 2047, we will be a 35 trillion economy. And economies are to be supported by a strong military power. Strong, very strong military power. Now, the politicians of today or the government of today has to weigh whether they open a school or they go for a 40 crore tank, say for example. So that weighing is required. Now, why NCC is important, again, I'd like to bring about, over here is, soldiers, of course, we require, officers, of course, we require, but we require good citizens who understand the military thinking and how would I say, geopolitics and the security environment. If today, from 1,000 years, we've been subjugated, or we lost our temples of Halabedu and Hampi, in ruins, or maybe Taxila, or maybe Nalanda, because we gave up our arms. So, we want doctors, we want lawyers, we want businessmen, we want entrepreneurs, and we would like to have our daughters like flight lieutenant is the rank, I tend to get confused, like Nanjappa. We all require you in whatever walk of life, maybe if you're a teacher, maybe if you're a professor, but if you have an acute sense of what national security is, that is how we are going to build our comprehensive national power. And how we support our economy by 2047 has to be by military might. If US of A today is the greatest nation of the world, that is what they say. I don't say it that way. It is because of the military might. If China is flexing its arms, it's because of the military might. So this economy, this thought process, our temples, if it has to be protected, it has to be protected by military might. And NCC, I am very sanguine now today when I see the kind of enthusiasm with the veterans. I would have been still in my shorts when, sir, you would have been in your khakis. So in the end, I would say, God bless Bharat. God bless you all. God bless Karnataka. Thank you. If you can help us out, I spoke to Uma ma'am also on this. Basically, there are infrastructure issues. Now, 75% includes my salary also, and his salary also. So the bulk is taken over there. But infrastructure is the state subject. Whether it's NCC Academy, whether it's my office, or whether it's a hangar in the MYSORE airport, it's all being done by the state. And you know, the state is in a lot of trouble. We have Lieutenant Colonel Ananta over here also. He's a localite from JSS Engineering College. I cried my woes to even the Swamiji of Satur Mutt. I said, your indulgence is required for getting me infrastructure. When I see the hangars, it's in ruins. I'll just show you the photographs. And the politicians, they understand only one thing. That is the numbers, because the numbers, they tend to multiply by votes. And maybe you are the votes. And through your kind offices, I'll just request you, maybe your word of mouth or something of that sort, if it happens, I'll be very grateful. I've been told by Swamiji, you meet Honorable Minister, Mr. Mahadevappa. I'm going to do that also. But these things, they do take time, but the influence is required. Maybe through your kind offices, if I can flash the slide for you. Next, please. Now, sir, ladies and gentlemen, you know our spread. We are looking after 5 districts of Karnataka. And when I say I have under me 16,000 cadets, now if you multiply 16,000 cadets into at least 4 family members or maybe the relatives, comes to around 2 lakhs. So if Prime Minister Modi couldn't reach 300, it was because 6 lakhs Indians had not voted for him. So I command 2 lakhs. So when you in your talk, small talk, if you tell your politicians that help the poor NCC out, tell them the number of votes I hold. And they're all young, impressionable minds. And if I can sway my men to die for the country, maybe these youngsters I can sway for some this thing. Next please. Now all this is there. This is all my training officer has made it. That is not the case. NCC per se is third line of defense. If tomorrow war happens, like in 65, in 71, it was NCC guarding the important VAVPs, vulnerable points, vulnerable areas, your atomic centers, your railway yards, and I'm told in 1965, one of them, they got Ashok Chakra also. Next. Sir, this all we tend to do, nation building we tend to do. You are all aware of it. And Karnataka per se is being, especially through the offices of Mysore Group, all these kids, they do good job. Ananta, our wing commander, the naval officer is also missing. He's gone to Ganges. There's some expedition going on over there. In Thal Sena camp, it was our duty to train the directed team of Karnataka and Goa. It came first in 17 directorates all over India. Wing Commander Ashish is here. He was himself involved in the Vayu Sena camp. They ensured the Karnataka and Goa directorate comes first all over India in Vayu Sena camp. Now, why to leave Navy? Excellent human being. Lieutenant Commander Ramachandra is not here. And maximum participation in Karnataka and Goa directorate, as far as the naval contingent was concerned, during their camp all over India, was Mysore. I think it was almost 70% cadets were from Mysore only. And they came third. There was some problem of the kitting and all. They came third. So Karnataka per se is being represented well as far as the NCC is concerned. Next. Sir, these are certain challenges which I face. Now, he's a very fine man, Ashish, and genuinely, I'm telling you, it is not that I need to tell him on the NCC day. Very inspirational officer, though at times I pull his ears also, like good bosses they do. Now, on 23rd of October, you correct me, 23rd of October 2023, the flying started in Mysore after 2014. We have two good aircrafts, but hangars are in a pathetic state. I've been writing to state, I've been spoken to people around, nothing is coming across. Second is, our drone school was supposed to come over here. Imagine, I will not name, there's certain alumni of yours only, they charge 1 lakh rupees to train a drone pilot. We were doing it free of cost, and we were giving license also. We have that privilege to give the license. Now, this drone school, the government of India had thought it will come to Patiala for the northern region. For the central region, it was supposed to be in Bhopal. For the eastern region, it was supposed to be in Guwahati. And for the southern region, it was in Mysore. But I wrote to people, I'll not say whom I wrote to, because people were not willing to give us infrastructure. Imagine what we could have done. So now, the DGNCC has promised me, he said, you get the infrastructure. We'll open the drone school. Even he had given presentation to DGNCC. But people with the coffers also were not wanting to do the skill development. So that is the sad part of it. Thirdly is lack of proper accommodation for camps. In your time, sir, maybe you would have attended the camp. Maybe the tentage used to do in tentage and all. Now the room, as the generation gets more soft, they want in buildings. The rulings are there from the central government also. They want in buildings. We don't have a building. I have to beg the Vice Chancellor. I said, please do give me rooms to hold camps. And my camps, they start from April till about September. And everybody takes his pie off or whatever flesh. It is like vacant. And somebody over there was not wanting to give us. And it's lost to exchequer, it's lost to state. When such a beautiful, and especially when I see, I'm very passionate about it. I don't have a girl child. I do have a son. But girl child cannot be treated without toilets. The toilets are blocked in the university. We had to get it open. See, it's a basic hygiene. You can't do that. So I lack proper accommodation for camps. This is the last point I'd just like to bring into your notice through the kind offices of I'll not talk politics because politics is not my forte. But JDU was in the power in Karnataka. There was this officer in Hassan who was posted. Through his kind offices, he spoke to Honorable MP Mr. Devgowda. He got the building made. So that is why the political interference and political this thing is required. And whatever, sir, if you can contribute a little to the infrastructure development of NCC, you will be contributing mammoth to the security of this nation. Next. Sir, this is the state of hangar, sir. And now, this boy, if you see, it's a single engine aircraft. The machine is in open. It is subjected to the vagaries of the weather. Now, on his own risk, this gentleman is flying, taking cadets. But with this state of hangars, you cannot, I mean, the machine has to be protected from the vagaries of weather, sir. Next. This is, again, next. This I have already spoken to you, sir. Drone school was supposed to come, sir. Nothing came, and imagine, I'm 100% sanguine that bulk of the cadets which was supposed to undergo training over here were to be from Mysore region only. Though it would have, I mean, it was open for South, but it would essentially was for Mysore only. Next. Yeah. Smarty is here, sir. He on his own, giving the drone training and all, that is on. It's a futuristic. Why I would say, if you would have seen this Ukraine war, today it is the century of cheap technology, cheap military technology, plus your old cold steel, the Bennett, I would say. But these technologies, drone and all, are part of the warfare now, sir. Next. Sir, we do have 3.2 acres in Alumni, which is an industrial hub over here. My predecessors would have done a good job over there. If we can have our NCC Academy in Mysore coming over here, it will require 25 crores. I've spoken to Swamiji even, Satur Mat. He said one step at this thing. I've spoken to him about NCC accommodation. Maybe in the university, a special place is given to us. And I've also spoken to him about hangars. So if it comes, it's going to be a game changer. I require 25 crores. Budget, estimates and all, we had carried out. And it will house our drone training school also. Next. I had spoken to Karnataka State Digital Economy, and I had even met chairman of the Excel Public School. I had gone personally and looked him up. He's, I think, a member of it, but this facility was denied to us. Next. These are the road maps which I've thought for myself. Next. I'll not bother you with all this. Next. So, sir, what I'll like to say to this August gathering is, through your kind offices, maybe you build influence on the politicians, on the bureaucrats, on the babu sitting, and because what happens is, I'm not the vote bank. They think that way. Maybe you're the vote bank. So, from your kind offices, I would request if infrastructure development, especially the NCC Academy, can come in Mysore. Thank you.
Was to see the condition of the hangar. You all agree, right? All our batchmates of early 70s. No way we can allow that to continue. You all agree? Yes. So one of the query that I have, we have one hangar or two hangars for NCC use? One hangar. Looking at the condition now, the query that I have is, approximately, if I were to ask you, how much would it cost? 2.5 crores. 2.5. And the time involved? Approximately? 1 year? Okay. In a phased manner, it can be done? It can be done. Do you need the entire 2.5 at the beginning, or it can be in stages of every quarter? Let's say 20%, or every quarter, or something like that? Okay. Now it's for all of us who have assembled here. 2.5 crores, 1 year. It includes civil, electrical, and so many other MEP works and all the electronics and everything else that needs to go. If it is possible, if it is feasible, can all of us NCC cadets who have assembled here put a thinking cap on? Is there something that we can all do for that hangar? Is there something, whatever manner it is? You may be a volunteer to do put the brickwork there, I don't care. Or you want to dig. We have some builders here, we have financial people here, we have so many other people. Maybe we can start collecting a fund on a separate basis through a chartered accountant, or we would like to see if it is feasible. I don't know, possible, not possible, I have no idea. But let's put our thinking caps on, see how we can take it forward. That's all I wanted to say. Go ahead, please.
So that alumni, basically what we can do is we can finance the cadets and their progression actually. Regarding the infrastructure, what happens is, even if we give some funds or anything, the property will be either central government or state government. It cannot be the property of the trustee or the alumni. So infrastructure thing, it has to be either state government or central government, because there is no provision in the government that private will give and the property will go to the government. That provision is not there. So what we basically in alumni, what we had thought, we will give pushing to the cadets, financial wherever required. Like Mr. Dashrathi, he went for the drone. So most of the alumni members, they were kind enough to sponsor his to and fro, and infrastructure was, staying was provided to the territorial army. Yes. No, that's what alumni can do. We can contact our push and pull wherever we have got strings. We will pull the strings and we will see that the grants are given for this. Because if we pull in, at the end result, no, it becomes a property of the state or central. That is the thing.
Ultimately,
through CSR.
Sir, private can give. But, yeah. No, private. Yeah, government infrastructure we can't make.
With the private contribution.
I know that, sir. But yes, the provision exists. If I take permission from DGNCC, the CSR can help us out. CSR I'm talking about.
Correct. But finally the property will be either state or central.
let it be government. What does it matter? It is part of NCC, right?
Sir, why we?
the rules does not permit that a private fund can be used to build a government property.
No.
To just add on, like, I'm so sorry, all
Because
elders are speaking,
because I am in the audit department, because I know the ins and outs of where it happens and what are the things.
1 second. I think so. I think so. The purpose of this,
Yes.
the purpose of this part was to, the purpose of this was to sensitize us as to what the state of the situation is. I think so. That's the first thing which was very important for us to understand. We are oblivious. We are sitting out far away. We didn't know this was the condition, and it's really an emotional thing for us. We flew from that place, from day one, and we would like it to come back. And whatever happens, we should try and make it last for another 50 years at least.
Thank you for all your inputs, actually. And first of all, I would like to thank Rohit sir, Rohit Thakur sir, for bringing up this issue and giving a lot of awareness for all of us. Be it, he covered most of the topics, right? From where India started and till now, the current affairs, the history, the culture, the tradition, everything. Yeah, it's all a very big concern. And being a responsible citizens, we need to think about it. And we have to contribute, right? That is our duty, be it small or big. And yes, sir, we will surely, we will think over it and we will come up with some help. It will be a great help for the cadets for the future and for us as well. So sure, we will have a separate discussion on this if it's a very serious concern. So thank you for that, and we will have this noted. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. To introduce Commanding Officer G.S. Ashish, sir. So he was commissioned into the Flying Branch of Indian Air Force on 15 December 2006. He belongs to Kollam district in Kerala and has completed his higher secondary education from Sainik School, Kalakuttam near Trivandrum. He is also an alumnus of the prestigious National Defence Academy, Khadakwasla in Pune. Prior to his commissioning, he completed his flying training at Air Force Academy, Hyderabad and Air Force Station, Elahanka. He has served in various operational units of IAF and has more than 5,500 hours of flying experience to his credit. He is a qualified flying instructor who was bestowed with the responsibilities of modeling ab initio pilots on Pilatus PC-7 aircraft at Air Force Academy, Hyderabad from 2016 and 17. He has also accomplished another instructional tenure on Avro aircraft from 2017 to 20. He has been involved in various operational across the length and breadth of the country, including the disaster relief operations undertaken during the aftermath cyclone Hudhud in Vizag in 2014. Floods in Kolhapur in 2019, and humanitarian missions during COVID-19 as well. He has also participated in various Air Force exercises like Exercise Gagan Shakti, Exercise Chakravyuha, Exercise Vayu Prahar, etc. Prior to his present stint, he was the flight commander of a premier transport squadron of the Air Force of the Indian Air Force at Air Force Station Palam in New Delhi. He took charge as commanding officer of 4 Karnataka Air Squadron NCC Mysuru on 4th of August 2023. Sir, please, I would like to request you to have address the gathering with few words.
Rohit Thakur, Group Captain Abhinav Chaturvedi, previous CEO of 4 Air Squadron, he is retired and is set up his academy in Mysore to train the future SSB candidates. CEO of 1 car engineer, Lieutenant Colonel Ananta, AO of 13 car, Lieutenant Colonel Prabhakaran, Flight Lieutenant Punya Nanchappa, who I have always been posting her photos and well wishes on all my cadets group just to motivate them. This is the first time I am meeting her. And other distinguished guests, sorry I am not able to make out the names, and all alumni and cadets, including my staff, PA staff and civilian staff present here. It is an honor to stand here on this day because for your knowledge, sir, they are registering the organization legally as an entity, the 4 Karnataka Air Squadron NCC Alumni Association. So they had come up with this plan the last year. We had a similar event last year, but they were not registered at that time. In a very short time, they'll be registering as a entity, and all the ex-cadets of 4-car Air have the option to officially join the Alumni Association, in addition to the NCC Alumni Association, which is organized at the center. So that gives an opportunity to the cadets who are passing out to interact with the old boys and maybe find out where they can fit in to serve the nation in a better way. We got a law college, we have got 2 other colleges, Mahajana and Teresian. We got a set of 100 cadets from 36 colleges in Mysore, 2-3 of each of them. So we got a great talent pool in Air NCC, because the best comes to Air NCC. This is a complaint from all the CEOs of Army, and some goes to Navy also. So they keep complaining, if they don't get air, they come to me. Okay. So we have got a good talent pool. We have got very bright students. In fact, in the last 1 year, since we have met last in the other hotel, nearby hotel, a lot of things happened. We have achieved many things. We got a new group commander. He has been helping me throughout. As you can see, most of the work is done by him. I was busy in Bangalore attending the all-India Vaisyonia camp for around 30 to 40 days. And even after that, I was busy with some flying task at Patiala for conversion of virus aircraft supervisory clearance. So he has been throughout writing and taking up the case with various entities, including DGCA. He has been meeting the dignitaries in and around Mysore to find out in what way we can improve the infrastructure, because infrastructure is the one thing which is we are lacking in Mysore. So thank you for all the efforts, sir.
It should be coming also.
It will come, sir. The effort has to be put. It will come one day. Like, I'll just give an example. The number of cadets coming for parades, the last 1 year has increased by around 40%. My PS staff is sitting behind. So they're smiling behind. So I've forced them, if they don't come, I'll take them out, and they'll not be eligible for written exams. So the threat has worked. So many of them are coming. So like Newton's law, if you put force somewhere, something will come back. Okay. So the effort in the right direction, we should start. We are trying with various entities. It should come from the state government, what we are expecting. But there's certain legal issues like lease requirement for 30 years, which is one of the major issues which is pending. They were ready to release the amount last year. So we'll push it maybe another year more and just find out what can happen in the... Okay, I'd like to conclude. There are a lot of achievements we have done, which I will not bring out. In fact, we wanted to flash a video of the achievements. I have not gone through. A lot of cadets who have won various commendations. My CGA has got the DefSec commendation card this year. One of the ANOs, she's not here, she was part of the morning function. She has been given a commendation by DGNCC on spot at All India Vaisyonia camp. There is one cadet, Chavan, is the ex-cadet, from the last year. He's here? Yeah, okay. He's been commended by DGNCC this NCC day, that is today. So there are a lot of achievements happening after a lot of hard work. My PS staff has been, all Wednesdays, they are floating around till Chikmagalur for training the cadets JDW, because our schools are till Chikmagalur. We have one in Hassan, there are 2 in Mandya, we are Yelandur, and all these places, many of the people are not even heard of, like in our normal day-to-day activities. Luckily for the senior cadets, we have most of them in the Mysore, that we are able to focus on them, do their flying. We have got a working simulator. We got 2 aircraft which are placed in Mysore airport. Most of the things are okay, and few development like he has brought out, the RPTO may come up if we are able to give them a suitable accommodation and other office setup. Even now it is ready to come to Mysore, provided we give the go-ahead. So that will be beneficial for all the cadets in Mysore, because they will be the first ones to get absorbed into it. Because later, military, including Army, Navy, Air Force, the paramilitary forces, Territorial Army, BSF, ITBP, all of them are going to induct drone pilots, okay, because of the changing security scenario. Because drone can be taken out with various means. One of the main thing is by another drone. You put one drone behind another drone. So that is the concept they are working on. It will take another 2-3 years to materialize, but this effort towards RPTO build-up in Mysore should go, because that is supposed to be the master RPTO in entire India, not only in South. It was supposed to be the master RPTO in entire India, and from there, the Patiala and Bhopal were supposed to be built up after this. So we'll hope for that, with all support from group and directorate and state government and central government, we should be able to push it through.
Sir, bottom line is the state has to help. The state government has to help. That is the bottom line. Whether the present chief minister, whether the honorable minister of Mysore, they need to help.
I'll also congratulate, again, repeat point by Group Commander. I'll congratulate the cadets, PA staff, civil staff, and all alumni for securing All India Vaisana Camp and a second time in a continuation. So, good round of applause to ourselves. Few of our cadets participated in RDC. There again, AVSC. We got the bronze medal in All India for aero modeling, static. So I once again congratulate the organizers for having conducted and organized this event in a befitting manner. Also for their coordination during the morning motor rally. I believe the cadets must have enjoyed it. They were very happy in the two-wheelers and in the canter. And we had a small refreshment at the group headquarters. Thank you. And for getting this organization registered as a entity, because now they can have, the idea is you can have accounts, you can have cadet welfare accounts, like my school has cadet welfare account. If somebody has some immediate financial need, the fund is released by the president of the association. In connection with the school, they release the fund immediately. So that there are various cases of cancer and a lot of things which float around. And these assistance can be given if you start it as an organization in a legal manner. So the first step forward. So I hope more and more cadets join. I believe we have some 300 cadets? 250. And I think they are active on Instagram and all Facebook. Because I'm trying to find out from the last 1.5 years who is controlling this 4-car air on Instagram. In fact, I asked her twice, because there is some enthusiastic ex-cadet who is posting videos. Even now it is being updated. When the last year RD cadet's photo also is there, I think their photos are there, but I am not the one who is uploading. There's somebody who is uploading.
Artificial intelligence also. Let's not find out that, because let it keep running.
Yeah, because I wanted to add some other things. A lot of things happening, so it should come to the attention of all the people. Now the problem is I had to post the same post around 8 places. So from morning I'm wishing NCC Day in 8 places. So instead of that, if you have a Instagram kind of account, it is easier to reach the public. Okay, so if anybody meet that person, kindly, because I thought of starting a new one. Starting the new one with the old one existing will have no clash of interest. So if you can find that person out, please get it to me. I'll not take much time. We're already, I think, delayed by 15-20 minutes. Yeah. So that's all. I once again thank all the distinguished guests for coming up here in this day when which we are starting a new chapter in terms of Alumni Association. Well, thank you, Jane.
On the achievements of our unit. Now it is with immense pleasure that I introduce our guest of honor, Mr. Somendra Singh. He is an honorary member of the group. He is an aviator, inventor with many patents, and a self-made engineer who was a racing legend in the 70s and 80s. Mr. Singh has to his credit more than 1,500 flying hours in his 3 home-built ultralight aircraft powered by motorcycle engines. He has spent the better part of his life understanding engine designs and modifying them for extreme applications. I'd request Mr. Somendra Singh to share a few words with us.
My NCC days go to my schooling. After I came to Mysore, I could not follow up with my NCC and all that. My grandfather is a First World War veteran. My father was a Second World War veteran, and he was from the State Forces fighting the Burma campaign. And later, he joined the Indian Army. And my first exposure was Jamnagar as a small kid, and we had AK guns and all that. So the army obviously was stationed. So this troublesome child was taken and thrown there. So my first exposure was vampires and Dakotas, and hearing the instructions, pull the bloody stick, push it, cut the, so this whole thing got imbibed into me as to what flying is all about. So from there, we just moved on. And my school, my father couldn't take my running around and put me in Hyderabad Public School. Next to Hyderabad Public School is the Begumpet Airport. So I was exposed again to Dakotas and all these aircrafts and Viscounts and all this from morning to, and I was very avid aero modeler, and we had this air wing, this thing. And in that experience, I had the opportunity to shake hand with the first cosmonaut, Yuri Gagarin. And this huge plane, white CCCCP plane, and this pilot made no mistake. They had all kinds of things because it was the biggest plane ever landing in Begumpet. Touchdown perfect, so we jumped the compound and all that. And we went and met Yuri Gagarin, just shook hands, and he was taken away. And we requested them to go into the aircraft. That was the longest aircraft I had ever seen those days because it was a very big aircraft. So from there, our NCC camp, which I can never forget, was in 1961 in Delhi. And junior division guys with shorts. Cold December. We were shivering, you can't even hold your hands like that. It was an experience by themselves. And we were taken to Palam Airport. We knew there was some war activity is going to take place, and there were two hawker hunters, and warm air was being, those days, the warm air would be flown, pushed into the engines for quick start, So we didn't know what was happening. There was a lot of hush, 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 hush. And then suddenly we were called to the, for some reason we went to the commanding officer's tent and we were all standing. And suddenly a sergeant came and said, Goa is captured, sir. So I said, oh, captured. So it was one big thing for, Goa is captured and all that. So that was one bit. And then came 62. I can never forget the Fairchild packets landing all night with wounded soldiers. And we were taken, I still have tears, we were taken to the hospitals, seeing guys just blown up and all that. That was the saddest defeat India ever faced. Sadly, we don't want to go into the details. Incompetent people handling the whole show, and our Air Force was never let to take off and bomb the hell out of those people. And China just occupied the entire Tibet, and you know what all happened. So from then, we've seen the greatest was Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. There couldn't be another Prime Minister who put that josh into everyone. So all this was happening, and then finally I couldn't join the Air Force because my right eye is defective, let's put it that way. So we came to Mysore, and I was always fascinated. I've seen Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru landing in Mysore and all that as a kid. And that hangar that you just showed was actually built by the Maharaja for his Dakota. You have a similar hangar in Jakur also, because that was his private airfield. He didn't want to go, and it was very close to the Bangalore Palace for him to take off. And he had which he gave to the Congress party for every occasion. So all this, and then my real exposure to really stick and rudder was our late CGI Chandran. He was a great friend of mine. And that is how I got to feel the air and all that. And then, ma'am, could you bring those two photographs? So finally, through Mr. Chandran, and of course I was dreaming about hang gliding and all that, And suddenly it just came to know that there's going to be some hang gliding exposure in Mysore. So Mr. Chandran, we can just place it there. Show one that side and we can, you can have a look, pass it on, sir. Take it. Here, you can place it here. So, this was in 1976. So, this was in 1976 when Pino Tartagini demonstrated the first ever hang gliding flight in Mysore in Southeast Asia. And he was brought here, shown a hill, and he's Italian and nobody knew his English or Italian. So they took him to Chamandi Hills and he said, oh, I can't jump, I can't jump. So he saw the winds and all that. And eventually what happened was, the show was fixed for the evening. I mean, they said he's going to fly and all that. So this Birdman and all that. And the whole thing was announced and all that. People came to Lalitamal. They were sitting expecting some Birdman to come all over the place. And this poor Birdman, you can see him, he's just trapped there. And the wind is coming from the back. Since you're all from the air wing, you will understand that you have to take off against the wind. And he was in such a perplexed condition. He said, no, no. He was praying to all the Italian, to the Pope, everyone. And just miraculously, you can see, he's just angled. And his hang glider was very heavy. And they just took up a spot because he thought he's from the Alps, there'll be strong winds. But he just came here, he was in a total fix. I don't know how he ran. You can see the second photograph, how he's got the wing filled up. The third one is a solid descent. If he had just made one mistake, that would be the end. He circled, left the thing and ran from there. He said, never again will I ever give any demonstration. So that is how my career started with this. And after that, you can see we took over, and then with this motorcycle, we had another, again, Mysore was very centrally located. Here we had Mr. Joel, who ran a hang gliding company by the name of Rajhamsa. And that is how we got into it. And I was freelance. Mysore Maharaja's airport was at my disposal at any time, no question asked, nothing. So in one of my Himalayan rallies, exploits, car rallies, I went to the Aero Club and gave my request, and Mr. Rajiv Gandhi seconded it. And he just said, he's one guy who's left his feet and taken off, because the rest of the guys in Aero Club are all sitting there and talking about aerology with no pilot or anything, And unfortunately today that whole club has gone down the drain. The Safdarjung people have thrown them out. So this is the pathetic situation of our aerosport or whatever. And here is a living example of that hangar that, I was told in Russia, there are so many flying clubs, people are taken up. Air Force planes just get all these paratroopers, all the way, then they're taken to the designated zone, and thousands of them are jumping. Here, though, it is a very big thing, permission मांगता है, ये करने का है, तुम कैसा करेगा? So there's a block at every place to take this sport forward. So now it is so difficult. Those days I had 3 airfields at my disposal. One was Maharaja's great airfield. Next was the race course. Next was the helipad. Now the helipad is closed. The race course is closed. Airport, I can't even enter. They'll just shoot me down. So that, now where does a person get? Of course, now the paragliding stuff has taken over. It has come up in Himachal, it has come up in South India, it's not very, and it's not very, because I've had a very bitter experience, because I've got different disciplines, stick and rudder to danda, as they call it. Incidentally, I've trained quite a few Air Force pilots who are fighter pilots. I said, "Ye kya yaar, ye danda tum bolta hai, aisa karne ka hai, wo hum pura." So they were, I had to say, feel the wind, because here you're feeling the wind. And unlike all the other people are sitting in a cockpit without even knowing it, just seeing gauges. It is feeling the wind. And this taught me about so many things about aerology. Aerology is, you've got an inversion layer. Water evaporates, comes down. The cloud base is set. And once you go above that, it's blue skies. So this got me, and my aerial photography, I've got thousands of photographs of various places. I could see what dumping is. All what we are going to eat and everything is just dumped out of sight, out of mind. So all our rivers, everything is getting polluted. So today my whole impetus is about pollution, engines. 1 liter of petrol burnt produces 2.5 kilograms of carbon dioxide, which now no textbook has told you. Now you can imagine how many thousand kiloliters we are burning. Now sadly, the aircraft industry today is blowing up. Now the air travel has gone up 1,000 times more. So now India has placed the largest order from Airbus and Boeing. And all these planes are flying at 35,000 feet. You don't have any trees there to give the oxygen. So they're burning up the entire blue skies. Burning one Boeing 747 cruise consumes 10 to 12 tons of fuel per hour. So you can imagine, and that is rarefied. So you're burning up. So you can see what global warming has led to, climate change, where everything, one month's rain is coming down in one night. So this is the story which is far bigger than all the wars that people are going to fight, because this is something which and carbon dioxide is the heaviest molecule which is getting into our blood. It is all filling up. Now you can imagine so many people sitting here. How much oxygen is here? Recently, I had gone to Delhi for a car rally and all that, some statesman car rally, and I met my so-called millionaire friends and all that. So I said, Kya yaar, first time, after a long time I'm going, the air is really thick and very sickening to breathe, So I was telling him, I said, nahi yaar, mera gaadi air condition hai, mera ghar hai. I said, tera bathroom bhi air condition hai, sab kuch air condition hai. Oxygen kahan hai? Kya baat karta hai? Oxygen to AC mein automatic aa jayega na. So these guys are so dumb that oxygen is not coming. It's just going. Now we are at 450 parts per million. And my chemistry friend, who's no more, he was a professor in MYSORE University, my own classmate. He said, "Arey bido adiyela parts per million." People don't understand. 1 degree, when you get fever to 99, tab aa gayi yaar, usko bukhar aa gayi. It is so sensitive. So is Mother Nature. So we are upsetting that, and we've got millions of bore wells, which you pulled out all the water. So if you don't have water in your radiator, what happens? It tends to heat up, and the engine is heating up, and that's exactly where we are. So with this, it's a great honor for the young, old, and bold over here. So I wish, and it's a great moment, because I think one of the greatest things that's happened after independence and our Panditji and all these guys, how this NCC actually took place and how it was inducted in 1948, and what transpired that, when anybody wears a vardi, dress, his whole morale goes up and it's a different thing. So if it wasn't for this NCC, which very few countries have, they've got Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts or something like that, but they don't have anything like our National Cadet Corps, and in different disciplines like air, navy, artillery, I don't think any country. And today in the morning, I was just reading, because they were talking about this, you won't believe it. India soon this year will have 20 lakh cadets. And that amounts to the largest disciplinary thing in the world. So with that, I would say Jai Hind. Thank you for this opportunity. And I hope we follow this discipline. Thank you, Ji. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Lucky to have such dignitaries. And thank you for sharing your life experiences with us. It was very good to hear. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to introduce the guest of honor, Group Captain Abhinav Chaturvedi, sir. So, he's a distinguished alumnus of the National Defense Academy and decorated Kargil War hero, a special guest for our program. His inspiring journey from NDA to flying the first aircraft into the Kargil War zone exemplifies courage and dedication. So, over to you, sir. Please address the gathering with few words.
One thing I can promise, I'll be short and crisp. No, in fact, it moves me when I see myself as part of this gathering, where I can see NCC cadets from 70s till 24, around 50 years of experience, NCC experience sitting here. And I'm a part of it, I'm humbled. So I think we all require a good round of applause for all of us. And I must admit, we all have a very, very busy life these days. And for all of us to take out so much time, travel from distances, and be a part of this gathering, I'm even more humbled. So I still remember those days when we were discussing about alumni, how to start. Of course, I was just being a part of it. All credit goes to Uma Madam and Dr. Thomas and their team, of course. A lot of names I don't even know. I am so happy that we started this. And even more happy that people are carrying it forward. Because this is the only place which I see when I see the experience meeting the youngsters sitting behind. It is not, of course, this is about NCC, but it is also about life. The way we can groom these guys, the way we can address, of course, few problems that you face, and of course, the starting of a new life for all these new young cadets. For example, I'm very happy to share the dice with the MiG-29 pilot here. And I am even more proud to tell all of you that I am the one who selected her. I still remember that day. I believe I was in Air Force Selection Board, Mysore, and she was a cadet who came to us. And yes, I could see the spark, and you can see the spark here. So this is what I wanted to tell all of us. We really don't know what we start one day and where we end up giving to the nation. I'm so happy that I could contribute to one vacancy in the MiG-29. And God willingly, she will prove her mettle. That I'm sure. This brings me to the organizers of the event. The journey that they started, I'm pretty sure it will bear a lot of good fruits, even which we don't even know, right? We are just doing our humble contribution in the whole thing, especially for the people who come from far distance and the cadets who are sitting here. We really don't know what we are starting today. It is going to be big. It is going to help nation build a bigger name for itself. And we are contributing. I'm so happy for that. There were only 4 points which came to my mind for submitting to the audience here. Because I had been commanding the unit before this. I'll be very crisp and short on this. Number one, I have already discussed with Uma ma'am some time back, because we all have been doing, the experienced people here in these units have already been doing so well in life. They are pioneers in their own field. We should have a kind of a database of the unit alumni, which field, what are they doing, so that the youngsters can benefit. If they want some kind of advice in the particular field, they can straight away know. In accounts, I need to go to sir, and he will not give me a wrong advice. For mathematics, I need to go to madam. They will not give me a wrong advice. I think this kind of a database, this kind of a bond has to be made. I don't know how we started, madam, it's my submission. That is one. Second, coming to a little bit of funding. There are a lot of issues. I'm pretty sure people will put mind to it and find out. But what I feel, now that we are getting registered, we can have some kind of an emergency fund because of contribution or something, and the relevant people can access it through due approvals and audits. So that is what comes to my mind, because when I was commanding, I also found myself helpless at times when I wanted to send some student somewhere, but I could not, because I could not help him officially. And I'm pretty sure the officers here also feel the same crunch at times. This is the second one. The third one which comes to my mind, which I was hearing to Ashish, is I think the alumni or somebody should take over the social media, because these days your presence in social media is required. And that actually showcases your strength. So might be somebody from the alumni can do it. With the correct inputs from the unit, they can manage pretty well. That is my fourth submission. And I think I forgot about the fourth one. No, when it comes to my mind, I will tell you this thing, but I'm pretty sure we are going to make it big. and we are really going to rock it. And I'm very proud that I commanded this unit, and I will utilize this opportunity to thank all the staff of the unit who is sitting here. May I request all of you to please get up? All the staff of the unit. These guys are making us proud. Rajesh, yeah, we all should see their faces, give them a good round of applause, because they are the one who is taking our legacy forward. Thank you guys, I'm so proud of you. With this, I would like to wish all of us a very good luck, should continue the hard work, and whichever way I can contribute, madam, do make sure that I am with you. The last thing I want to say, you all will be very proud. In this 1 year that we were doing Alpha Lead, we have contributed 27 officers to the armed forces from this region. And out of that, we have more than 10 officers from the NCC MYSORE. Few from the Navy, few from the Air Force, from the Army, and they all are very promising. I'm very happy they are going to put the name of Mysore on the forefront one day. With this, I will say Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Karnataka.
Thank you so much, sir, for always being so humble and supportive to the, for the alumni group as well as for the cadets. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to call upon Lieutenant Colonel Anant Keshav, sir, CEO of 1 Karnataka Engineering Corps. Please address the gathering with your few words, sir.
SJCE 99 passed out. More important is I was also an NCC cadet of 13 Karnataka Battalion. From 89, I was in junior division in Sharda Vilas. Till 95, I cleared my C certificate from Sharda Vilas. So I think I should be sitting there as an alumni. So I'm the most beneficiary of NCC. I got both engineering and medical seat from NCC quota, but I chose to be an engineer because that was the destiny. So now I got an opportunity to give back to NCC. So when I came to know that association is there, I started calling my friends who was there and NCC cadets with me. So I started calling them, and I hope this family becomes big. Thank you very much, and thanks. This association is ma'am. And thanks everyone, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bakaran, sir, Administrating Officer of 14 Karnataka Battalion, NCC Mysore.
Mysore NCC group and the dignitaries present on the dais, distinguished alumni, PA staff, my loving NCC cadets, very good morning to each and everyone. And I am privileged to stand behind you, before you, sir. And first of all, firstly, I would like to thank you, each and everyone, especially Uma ma'am, to invite me here. Most of the things the previous speakers have covered, most of the subjects I will not discuss much about it as the time is very short. One submission to all the alumni here who are on the high influential post, that there are certain problems with regard to whenever we approach for the railway reservation, all, if at all you are in that post, please extend your help. There are certain things that officially we cannot do. So if what happens, all the programs, it is planned very shortly. We need to take a journey in a mass, like in 100 or 120 people need to travel together in a coordinated manner. So until unless some help, which officially it cannot be done. So these all are the certain problems. Few points have already discussed. The infrastructure problem that have already discussed. This is entirely for the Air Force. But there are other problems in other battalions also. Which second problem that I have seen the infrastructure problem for conducting any camp. Because in any camp, 600 people, 600 cadets, they have to be accommodated together. Especially as Commander made a mention, for the girls also in number, with half of the strength are from the girls. So whenever we approach to any institution, educational institution, they hesitate to provide camp premises. So these all are the things that the NCC, as an administrative officer of a battalion, which I personally felt, which needs to be addressed. So these are, sir, you people are in a good position. If at all you are in a capacity to help, please extend your help. That is only the submission that I need to request you all. Second, lastly, thank you each and everyone for inviting me here to attend this great event. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
It's a great honor for me to introduce Flight Lieutenant Punya Nanjappa, and I'm equally excited to share stage with her, as I know her personally since 15 years, wherein her unwavering ambition to join this elite forces at a very young age was ignited that time. And Flight Lieutenant Punya Nanjappa is from the NCC batch 2012 and 13, AIVSC in 2012 in flying, graduated from NIE Mysore in BTech, and passed out from AFA in 2020 in fighter stream of flying branch, and has flown PC-7, Kiran, Hawk, and now in MiG-29, currently posted in Adampur, Punjab. Her achievement represents a remarkable moment, highlighting the strides made by women in Indian Air Force. This accomplishment not only brings pride to the state of Karnataka, but also specifically to Mysore and Kodagu. A big round of applause to Flight Lieutenant Punya Nanjappa. So I ask upon her to share a few words to the gathering thought. Heavy on her, so probably we'll play it. Because it was...
Punya Nanjappa is an inspiring fighter pilot in the Indian Air Force from Mysore, Karnataka. She is the only woman in her training course to join the elite fighter stream and is just the second woman from her state to achieve this milestone. Punya's journey began when she dreamed of becoming a pilot after witnessing an air show in her childhood. Determined to succeed, she cleared the highly competitive examination AFCAT in 2018 and underwent rigorous training at the Air Force Academy in Dundigal. Punya has distinguished herself through her dedication and excellence, earning recognition at the Academy and clinching multiple awards. She recently gained national attention for piloting the MiG-29 fighter jet during Republic Day celebrations, symbolizing women's growing representation in India's defense forces. Her story is a testament to perseverance, breaking barriers, and achieving dreams.
You know I never lose control, unstoppable. I'ma touch the sky. I'm going so fast you can get. I'm about to fly. I'm a pro. Catch me on the track. Leave you in the dust. You know I'm never looking back now. Yeah, I'm a rocket. Yeah, I'm a rocket. I'm just flying through the air like. Yeah, I'm a rocket.
It's an honor and privilege to stand here, and it's very nostalgic when I see the first uniform I ever wore was the NCC uniform. And it all started through NCC, and it's because of NCC that I wear the uniform I wear today. And I've never had a video on me like this. Thank you so much for that. So I'm here basically, I'm on leave, so I'm very glad that I could make it for this event because I always wanted to speak to, the ones who are going to be our future. And maybe my main intention for addressing all of you today would be to reach out to those NCC cadets who might stand here one day. So my journey started in a small incident where I saw one of the US fighter pilots just wave at me, at the Bangalore Aero India air show, which happens annually. So my father took me to this air show, and that's the first time I saw something called a fighter aircraft. I had never seen, and I never knew anything about the Indian Air Force, because I come from Coorg. We are more biased towards the army, so I only know men in green. I never knew that there were men in blue. And I see this, and the officers walking around. That time I never knew they were officers. What are they? And they're pilots. And I asked very innocently to my dad that, can I be sitting in that cockpit one day? And my dad, again, innocently said yes. He had no idea himself that whether there are girls in the Air Force, how you're supposed to join, zero background about army, nobody in the family in the army. So he just said innocently yes. And that day, I was so inspired that if one person tells, yes, you can do it, and when I come here and I stand and see that one yes actually changed my life. So I went back home the same day from Bangalore. I came back to Mysore. I Googled, what is Indian Air Force? How to join the Indian Air Force? And that time, Google was the long buffering system. We didn't have that fast time computers like how we have today. So I took a lot of patience to sit down and search what is Indian Air Force all about. And that's when a small dream started. And I wanted to do everything to achieve that dream. So first thing, when I was in school, I was an adventure enthusiast. So I'm sure there is Tiger Solanki here. So he was the first person who actually introduced me to NCC. I didn't know what NCC was. And I just told him, sir, I want to become a fighter pilot. So he was like, join the NCC. So I came, enrolled myself, and I attended the first orientation program that we have in NCCs, where the AO and the CO are addressing you to what all is in store for you for the next 2 years. And that's when the first time they told me there's something called the All India Vayu Sainik Camp, where only 6 cadets would get to fly and compete all over India. So that's when my second mission started, that I want to be among those 6, where we were 3 girls and 3 boys. And I'm also honored to be sharing, one of my, again, that time she was with me in the camp, Akshara Di here, who's here. So 3 of us, we were girls who represented Karnataka Directorate in flying in the batch of 2012. And that's the first time I got an experience of flying, and I never let the taste of it. And that experience of touching the sky with glory has continued throughout my life. So what I'm trying to say is, when you have this opportunity of joining NCC, it not only orientates you towards defense, but a perspective of life where I never knew that discipline is such an important thing, where it actually helps me do everything on daily basis. Before joining NCC, I was like, exam time, I'm only supposed to be studying and doing nothing else. But once I joined NCC, you learn how to balance everything, where you get to play, you get to study, you get to do whatever you want to do in a fixed timeline. And that's when I understood that even if I have an exam tomorrow, I can play today. And that I never left till I reached the, again, academy also, you get to learn the same thing. So all these are small things which I got to learn through NCC, and I'm really grateful for what NCC has given me, because NCC made me an engineer, NCC made me join the Air Force, and NCC made me fly the MiG-29s I'm flying today. And my CO then was retired Group Captain N. Saravanan, who himself was a fighter pilot in the MiG-21 fleet. And his stories and his experiences were the things which really motivated me that this is what I want to do, and this is going to be the journey I'm going to pursue. And the taste of sitting in the cockpit with an instructor, I'm sure sir can relate to this. When we go to academy, everything is not hunky-dory. When we sit in the cockpit, you really need to be prepared, otherwise your QFIs are going to teach you a lesson. And this was taught to me in NCC only. When we used to sit in the cockpit, we used to fly the microlights, exas that time. So Saravanan sir had a very good policy. You don't do well in the sortie that day, you're sure that he's going to play golf on that day. Why? So he's going to play long shots, and all the cadets would run on the runway to get the ball and come back. So these are the small things that I learned, that this is how life is going to be. It's not going to be very easy. Training is not going to be easy. It's going to be tough. But am I going to be up for it? Yes, I'm going to be up for it. And a very important lesson I learned in this journey, maybe you guys can relate to it. Dream big. It's not going to come easy to you. There are going to be so many difficulties which you're going to face. Everything is not going to come to your platter. You should be the one who's going to opportunities rather than letting opportunities come to you. Because I learned it the hard way. I was in engineering. Everything was going well. Then comes a point where I'm supposed to write my AFCAT exam and get into SSB. Is when first incident that hit me was I lost my dad. And I'm a single child with my mother. So that's when, the learning experience started. Now comes the decision making. Whether chasing your dream is the thing that you want to do, or do you want to become financially stable so you can support the family? I'm sure most of us have gone through it. Most of us are going through it. Only thing I can tell you through my experience is if you have hard work, passion, and determination as your currency in your bank, anything is possible. Because when you lose the only person who's earning for the house, now there comes a financial liability. Now I'm doing engineering and I'm in the final year. And I'm so determined that if it's not Air Force, it's nothing else. How do I make that decision when, Air Force or joining in the defense services is a matter of, maybe 5% cadets get selected. You never know. And I had only one chance that I could attempt. The only thing I am very grateful till date is the support that I got from my mother. And that's what you guys have to understand. No matter how much your parents might, tell you that this is the right thing, this is the wrong thing, you might not like their opinions, but they are the ones who are going to stand behind you for whatever and everything that you do. And gratitude is probably the only thing which I have learned, and my parents have also taught me, which has got me up in life. So I'm really grateful for her support and everybody around me who supported me at that very crucial stage of life where I had to make a decision whether it's my dream or I just lay back and I say, it's okay, let me just get a job and get financially stable. So that was that journey where, I had to make a very tough decision whether, I'm going to go for my dream or, I'm going to set back. That time I learned. So my father had a very simple lesson that he taught me when he was there. So he said, that's the first time I started taking decisions by myself. So he said, I don't know whether you're going to light a lamp at home or you're going to light a cigarette outside. But whatever decision you take, just take it for your good. And just watch out for the people who are with you. So that time was that decision that I took. And that is one lesson I learned from that point, that decisions what I take, I will take consideration of people around me. And I will not do bad to anybody around me. So it all started that way. I entered academy and I feel very honored that Sir was there when I was in the SSB. SSB is those 5 days of, nervousness hitting you everywhere because you don't know what's going to happen. Whether you make it the first day and continue the next 3 days or you just go back on the first day. So it's an experience in itself. I would advise everybody, even if you have no interest in joining in the defense services, just get an experience of what SSB is because it actually tells you a lot about yourself and it will hold you good when you come out also. So I joined the academy and we were about 6 girls who got into the flying branch, and out of which I was opted for the fighter stream, and there were rest of the cadets who were into helicopters and transport stream. The bond that we shared and the very important lesson that we learned in academy is you don't work as an individual in an academy. I'm sure NCC also teaches us the same thing, that nothing happens as an individual there. You support everybody and we move ahead. And that's what even defense services teaches, that it is teamwork. When we are in a squadron, it's a teamwork more than an individual coming up. So these are the small things which the important part is why I'm telling you is, I didn't have anybody when I was sitting there to tell me this, that, these are the things which you will have to look into when you're taking a decision in life, and these are the things you will experience in your own way, which is a very important part of any journey that you take, these small experiences that you have. And it's not the ultimate thing is not achieving your dream, it is that journey that you make. Because who knew that if it would not been possible for me to become a fighter pilot or join the Air Force, but the journey that I went through for those 5-6 years was amazing, because it started all back in 9th standard, and then after engineering, me joining the Air Force, those 6-7 years that I learned through the experiences that I had was amazing. And probably that's the reason I could come here and stand and tell you guys small experiences that I had in life. And I'm really honored and very thankful for giving me this opportunity to come and talk to you. And I'm here, so if you guys have anything to ask me about how life is in the fighter stream or how is it in the Air Force, you can always approach me. You can always contact me on my phone. And I'm thankful and real gratitude to all of you. And it's so amazing that there's so many experiences from different, years of life, which I will always hold. And when I walk out of this room, I'm going to share those experiences probably with my juniors back in Sqdn. Thank you so much, and all the very best to all of you.
That was a truly inspiring words. Your life experience will surely be in our minds forever, and also for the young cadets who have great opportunity to pursue further, right? So I think that's going to be really helpful, and thank you for being so humble and gratitude. We are really lucky to have you today, and very much excited and emotional as well. And as you said, it's very true that whether you're interested or not interested in getting into defense, but SSB will teach you a lot of things. You will know about yourself, and I've given more than 6+ times SSBs, but I could not make it. But however, it's a great learning experience, as you said. Thank you for that suggestion for everybody. Thank you so much. So now we have a small felicitation for the dignitaries, and Mr. S.R. Krishnamurthy sir to felicitate Colonel Rohit Thakur. Next to Thank you, sir. Call upon Mr. Ram Vittal Rao sir to felicitate Wing Commander G.S. Ashish sir. Next, I would like to call upon Ms. M.R. Vijay Kumar sir to honor Mr. Somendra Singh sir. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to call upon Mr. Venkat Srinivasa to felicitate a retired Group Commander Group Captain Abhinav Chaturvedi, sir. Thank you, sir. I would like to call upon Mr. Venugopal, sir, to felicitate Lieutenant Colonel Anant Keshav. Thank you, sir. I would like to call upon Mr. Anil to felicitate Flight Lieutenant Punya Nanjappa. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Request the dignitaries to be seated off the dais, and we will move on to the further events. Thank you so much.
2-5. So my superintendent is sitting there. You can force her to push the budget proposal. Okay? So now she knows what to do. Like she had brought out one site of the fighter flying or the flying which is happening there, including aircraft from abroad, Russia, Eurofighter, Typhoons, a lot of them flying around there. So one side of it will motivate the cadets. So we are planning around 100 plus junior division and 100 senior division cadets to be taken to Aero India in 2025.
On behalf of all 5 of us, we'll pass the mic 1 to 1. There was a gentleman at that time, our CEO. At that time, he was Flight Lieutenant SM Bellari. He was our CEO. When I started my senior division NCC in year 71, and one by one we all joined in, this is going to be more like I'm addressing to each. You're okay with that?
Yeah, yeah.
What a fantastic gentleman. For what all 5 of us and the juniors who all passed off after we all left, for what we are today is because of Flight Lieutenant SM Bellari, who gave us a pat on the back. चलो क्या करके हम लोग कर सकते हैं, दिल खोल के, जोश के साथ, हर एक बंदे को, I may mix up a little bit of Kannada, Hindi, English, please don't mind that. हर एक को opportunity दिया जाएगा. To prove your mettle, come forward. Those are one of the finest moments of all our lives. It could be emotional, but there's a lot of weightage in that emotion as well. Each one of us, Venu, Vijay, Kita, Vittal, myself, respectively in each and every area, in each and every activity, Bellari sir was there. आप क्या करना चाहते हो? He used to ask us, क्या करना चाहते हो? You want to get into some particular activity? Come along. Those were the tough days when we started with the Rohini gliders in Mandakalli, with all the winch and pulling and pushing and everything else. The tent pitching which we done, you're talking of having a NCC building, ready-made, fixed with toilet and other facilities. The actual effort, the joy is having a camp in a field, pitch your own tents, clear up the gardens, अपने ही खुद लिपाई करो, तब पता चलेगा कि NCC में जोश क्या है. Agreed? Yes. I pass it on to Mike. Oh, you have a mic? Yeah, go ahead, Vittal.
Just wanted to add to everybody talking about discipline, about the Josh. One thing NCC Airwing taught me was patience. Days on days, we would land up at the Mandakali for gliding, no wind, the air sock is down there, and we would come back disappointed. But we didn't give up. We let go of whatever playtime we had and said we must be there for the country. I missed out getting into, and the dream was to be a fighter pilot, same like what we heard just now. But after that, we kept going. Yesterday, we went to meet who is now a wing commander,
Yeah, he
SM
retired as
Bellari.
wing commander, yeah.
He was hospitalized. He came in and out. Otherwise, he would be amongst us here. And he was the one who picked me up when I wanted to join the Air Wing because I was a junior cadet in my school. And I wore the naval uniform, and they said, okay, you can go and meet him because he's there on the parade ground, this common parade ground. And he I said, I want to join the Air Wing. He says, where were you before this? I said, I was in school in the Air Wing. He said, okay, next parade you're going to be an air cadet. And I haven't looked back.
There's no looking back.
And I think so, it's a great motivation. Patience is something which NCC also teaches you. Thank you and wish you all the very, very best.
Thank you all. I have nothing to say except thanking Uma ma'am for organizing this wonderful program. And this is a wonderful opportunity for all of us to meet. Really, even though we were from 70s, we never had the thought of conducting such a wonderful program. And she has taken the initiative. We wish her very, very good luck, and then we support her in future also for such programs. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you.
Yes, regarding flying. Sir used to take me to give me training in the glider. He used to close the meter and he used to say me, you are an eagle, you fly without looking at the meter. I used to fly and land. After a few days, I got my wing, solo thing.
And he was the guy who, along with me, just did bunt loops on a glider. I think so. If I say bunt loops, you will understand. The normal loop is that, a bunt loop. He didn't do it with anybody else, but I was privileged. So I want to thank him again.
I'm Venugopal. Welcome. So from the NCC, everybody can learn how to live in this world. You can get the principle of life, and society can be cleaned. So please join for NCC for the further and next cadets, and do service to the NCC.
So, one thing. Compulsory NCC training to all students must be taken by the government. Someone has to push forward that. When Vajpayee was there, we had given a memorandum to Fernandez. He was the defense minister at that time. Till no action has been taken.
It will take time. Last but not the least, a couple of years back, Namma MYSORE, which was the cleanest city in India, correct? Yes. We lost that credit. Other cities are all coming up. I'm posing a opportunity for Uma and all the alumni team as well. Is there something that we all, Mysoreans, where we started from here, something can be done to get Namma Mysore right on the top, the cleanest city again? Year after year after year, it should continue. If there is some kind of a voluntary movement, it can start. Why not? We five are also there right at the beginning to flag it off. Please give us an opportunity, Uma ma'am. I'm posing that opportunity to you. Let's see how we can carry forward. Just a thought. Just a thought. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Who are away from Mysore, from Bangalore batch.
Yo, sir. Punyananjapa.
and all the esteemed 70s batch, and our alumni, cadets in beautiful attire. All of you, thank you so much for making this day. This is like a dream come true for me. We started this alumni group in 2016, and it's been 8 years, and we have just tried to summarize that in very few minutes so that you understand how far we have come, how many bridges we crossed. Singh Sir's farm, this was in 2017. You can see one familiar face there, who was in Siachen last. Anybody can name them? Tell the name? Suprita in the striped t-shirt. Yeah. So our CGI sir was a chief guest that day. And that is AMI Nagraj sir. And we are the alumni. We met after all of us after 30 years or so. So that's the day we decided what we need to do with this organization. Yeah, next. This is the first initiative we did with, along with Group Captain Remila sir. So we took the Swachh Bharat initiative of cleaning from foothills to the top Chamundi Hills initiative. That was an extremely good experience. We had even JD cadets, and that is all of us interacting. Yeah, these are the dons of our alumni. Next. In 2019, just before COVID, this is what reunion we had. This reunion highlight is we created guidelines for our WhatsApp group, which you might have not heard of. So we have very strict guidelines to be a member, and they need to adhere to all these guidelines if they want to be a member. And in our group, there are no forwards. So anything that is discussed should be related to Air Force or NCC, only two conditions. This is Samir sir, Wing Commander Samir sir, that is Remila sir, along with, next. Yes, I want a pause on this. This is the great team. We all met during COVID. We didn't waste time even in COVID. Every weekend we used to meet on Google or Zoom, and we designed the bylaws one by one. We didn't inherit from anybody. We designed it, each and every clause by ourselves. I think you can see Saravanan sir there. So he gave me his mugshot yesterday. And a great role is our Kabat sir. He couldn't attend today, but he is the major contribution in entire of this. And all of them, they came every Sunday for 3 months, not 3 months, 4 to 5 months, I think so. Every Sunday, dedicated 3 hours, discussing all the possibilities. Anything can go wrong, anything, how good it can go ahead. So we designed the bylaws. So I think this was, Abhinav sir was there. So they won the prize, and we just grabbed that opportunity to be with the cadets. This was the Independence Day parade, right? Yeah. So we wanted to be part of that celebration, and we were there with them. This is last year, NCC Day. Quite a good gathering, and this year we actually restarted the culture and legacy of our foray, which is having a culturals after the ADIs. So in our time, we used to have the culturals in Kalamandir, and we used to give prizes to cadets who have excelled. So we restarted that legacy in this. That's where Prasanna Kumar sir's Memorial Award started. And Rajendran Santosh, yeah, he's the sponsor for those awards. So we are almost like full circle with our objectives and the way we saw NCC. Of course, from now on, we want to go one step ahead from what we experienced. We want to give the best to the cadets, as much as support as pillars for our NCC unit. Yeah, next. This was one interesting contribution from our end. We tried to sponsor some cadets to watch a movie. This is cute, isn't it? Yeah, just trying to be part of their day. Somehow, we just grabbed the opportunity. Yeah, next one. This was one competition. Who is that star? Where is he? Both of you. Dasharathi and Chavan. This is the actual footage of his competition. This was a drone race conducted by the Territorial Army, and Dasharathi came out 8th national level. Dasharathi, where are you? Yeah. He is a star in the making, and all of you please give your cards to him now so that he recognizes us later. This is the footage of his race, if you can see. It's great, isn't it? He does all the job and we take the name.
I take this opportunity to thank Uma ma'am along with our CEO sir for supporting me throughout the competition. Like, you people are supporting me throughout my NCC career, ma'am, throughout my NCC journey.
Don't forget us.
Never, ma'am, never. So, I really thank you a lot. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you to all the alumni who supported me for the competition, me and Chavan. And thank you, CEO sir, for giving me knowledge about this competition. I was not aware about the competition. It was our CEO sir, Wing Commander Ashish sir, who told me about the competition and asked me to take part in it. So I would like to thank CEO sir for his support. And he had made our accommodation arrangement at Delhi, one car Air Force NCC for the accommodation. So they took care of us very well. I would really like to thank a lot. Thank you.
There are a couple of things I would like that in our group commander. I saw that in our CO. So When I went to invite him, the way he spoke, it was like, wow, I have somebody to. So I thought only I am the wild, mad, passionate person. Looking at your presentation, sir, I'm really moved with the sincerity and all the way you have gone everywhere possible. And in spite of your normal work, sir, that takes a lot. That speaks a lot about you. I'm so happy I met you, and I will try my best on behalf of NCC to see where we can go. And CO, sir, he's the first one to come to me. Cadets, it will be nice if cadets feel this. It will be nice if cadets experience this. You know, he's so concerned about the kids. It amazes me. We need people like this to take our society ahead. We need madly passionate people. So I hope this association will prove another mad organization, which is truly passionate about pushing all the boundaries ahead. Thank you. And I have one of my seniors who made a great difference in my career, Alan. He's come all the way from Australia. So you see something good in me, that's all thanks to my seniors. They put that in me. And Nolan, please. He came all the way from Bangalore to do the interviews. He did a great job. And we have one more video for the Bangalore 70s batch. I would like you to watch that, and we'll finish this program fast. Kids are waiting, they're hungry. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks a lot. Our Memorial Award to all the cadets who have achieved their milestone in NCC. So, Sir M.M. Prasanna Kumar was a devotee teacher by profession at St. Philomena's High School, Mysore. Additionally, he was also the NCC Nodal Officer of 4 Karnataka Air Squadron Junior Division in the school. His affection and love towards his students in school drove him to take up the additional responsibility to ensure the boys imbibe discipline, excelled in studies and extracurricular activities. He always used to go out of his limits to guide all the cadets in their career building and molding of their behavior. His strict behavior and appearance at times was necessary to ensure that his students excel in all fields. For example, if the roaring bike sounds alerted all the cadets to fall in line for the drill activity on every Saturday afternoon. Students who were close to him even after their school days are aware of his soft and caring nature, which was masked during his role as a teacher and NCC instructor. Many of the cadets from St. Philomena's High School went on to do very well in different walks of life, and most of them expressed that their Sir M.M. Prasanna Kumar was instrumental in molding their future. So we would call upon their family members.
Sir's family over here with us today. So I would like to introduce the family members. Santosh sir, who's the son of Prasanna Kumar sir, and as he's not here, on behalf of Santosh sir, his wife Mrs. Uma ma'am is here. Please welcome ma'am, and his daughter Ria. Please, please come, Uma ma'am, to, yeah. Yes, Uma ma'am, please give it to. Thank you so much. It's pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much. Yeah. Dinesh sir and his wife Nisha ma'am and daughter Nayana. Please come, please.
of us were cadets and we are still cadets. Cadet is always a cadet. Very well said.
Yeah. You want to?
We would like to have a few words from you so that anything.
Anything like it's indeed a very overwhelming situation right now I'm feeling. And thank you so much for creating this platform for, for Sir Prasanna Kumar and keeping him alive with this award for the cadets. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rajendra and the complete team, Anil ji, for really creating this platform. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The instrumental person who was our nodal officer in St. Philomena's High School, and he imbibed so much. In 80s and 90s, everybody would recall there were only two things which was happening in Mysore. That was St. Philomena's High School and Ramakrishna Ashram. Only two things were happening. These were the two schools which were competing, and every time St. Philo's came up first. And he made ensure that number 4 car was the first in all the prizes, whichever annual camps we were having and integration camps we were having. Thank you so much. And it's a small introduction which we have given a memorial thing on Prasanna sirs for the cadets who have well versed as far as the things are concerned. So the meritorious students will be getting the prizes. And thank you so much for giving us an opportunity to honor this.
For the cadets who have achieved in the All India Vayu Sainik camp. As I read out, please do come on the stage. Cadet Adesh Puaya, KK, from DePaul College, Mysore. A round of applause. Cadet Corporal C. Ganesh Reddy, JSS Law College, Mysore. Hindustan College, Mysore.
Where is
A round of applause, please.
Back to the cadets. Thank you so much.
Bangalore St. Joseph School, Mysore. Joined NCC 4-car air in 1988 and he achieved his AIVSC in 1991 in NCC quota. So then DLO from MMC 2000, MS ENT from Raja Rajeshwari Medical College 2015, government and also government service since 2003 till date as senior specialist in ENT. I would like to request you to give away the prizes to the RDC achievers. So we have CUO KP Kunkum from St. Philomena's College, Mysore. This is our. Congratulations to you. Next we have CUO Sujit Yadav from NIE First Grade College, Mysore. Next we have CUO N Namtanbha from St. Joseph First Grade College, Mysore. My group and from all the officers. Thank you.
We have around 20 CSUOs in this room today. Can you imagine the power of this room? Yeah, we have around 20 CSUOs. So we can say that each of them are such lovely leaders we have here. So this organization should go far, far. Thank you all for coming.
Moving forward, we have a cultural program from the cadets. So let's cheer up them. Yeah. Video. More video to be played. So after that, we'll be moving forward to the culturals.
It's all part of life. Life is an adventure, whether you're sailing or flying or gliding or climbing or anything like that. So I said, I'm definitely going to get into it just to get the sheer pleasure of being in the air.
He wanted to inculcate some discipline in me, so he said join NCC.
Seniors are always seniors, whatever they do.
Did skate shooting, I came straight second.
And then one day I got a letter from NCC Directorate.
Staying focused.
For this, for the culturals. So cadets, it's your stage now. I know you've been waiting for a long time. So first we have Bharatanatyam performance by Lekhana. Please come, Lekhana.
Sari sa pa ma da pa ma pa da sa sa ni da da ba ba ma ga ri ri sa sari dhalam kudakka dhikku takka ta dhingina tum ta ku dhanakku takka dhanakku kinakku takka takitta jam jam da katak dhanakku takka dhanakku kinakku takka takitta jam de ta ku dhanakku jam dhanakku kinakku jam ta Tajam takka dikku kadakadakada dum ta tajam takka dikku kadakadakada dum ta tajam takka dikku kadakadakada dum sa sa ni da da ba ba ma ga ri ri sa sa ri sa pa ma da ba ma pa da sa sa ni da da ba ba ma ga ri ri sa sa ri sa pa ma da ba ma pa da sa da ba pa ma ga ri ri sa sa ri sa pa ma da ba ma pa da sa sa ni da da ba ba ma ga ri ri sa sa ri sa pa ma da ba ma pa da sa sa ni da da ba ba ma ga ri ri sa sa ri sa pa ma da ba ma pa da sa sa ni da da ba ba ma ga ri ri sa sa ri sa pa ma da ba ma pa da sa sa ni da da ba ba ma ga ri
ma ga ri ri sa. Sa ti sa pa ma ga pa ma pa da sa. Sa ri ma ga ri sa ni da da sa. Sa sa ri da da sa pa pa da da sa. Sa ri ma ga ri ri sa ni da da sa. Sa sa ri da
ringom lite kako nyogo umudode serenya bobenkela angayala dide ringom lite kako nyogo umudode serenya bobenkela
నాకు పింకోలా
Wow.
ನಿನ್ನ ಆಸೆ ಗೆಲ್ಲಿಕೊನಿದೆ ಏಕೆ ಕನಸು ಕಾಣುವೆ ನಿಧಾನಿಸು ನಿಧಾನಿಸು ಮನೆಗೊಂದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಆಸೆ ಗೆಲ್ಲಿಕೊನಿದೆ ಏಕೆ ಕನಸು ಕಾಣುವೆ ನಿಧಾನಿಸು ನಿಧಾನಿಸು ಆಸೆ ಎಂಬ ಬಿಸಿಲ ಕುದುರೆ ಏಕೆ ಏರುವೆ ಮರಳುಗಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಮ್ಮನೇಕೆ ಅಲೆಯುವೆ ಅವನ ನಿಯಮ ಮೀರಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಸಾಗದು ನಾವು ನೆನೆಸಿದಂತೆ ಬಾಳಲೇನು ನಡೆಯದು ವಿಷಾದವಾಗಲಿ ವಿನೋದವಾಗಲಿ ಅದೇನೇ ಆದರೂ ಅವನೇ ಕಾರಣ ಬಾನಿಗೊಂದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಆಸೆ ಗೆಲ್ಲಿಕೊನಿದೆ ಏಕೆ ಕನಸು ಕಾಣುವೆ ನಿಧಾನಿಸು ನಿಧಾನಿಸು ಹುಟ್ಟು ಸಾವು ಬಾಳಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಕೊನೆಗಳು ಬಯಸಿದಾಗ ಕಾಣದಿರುವ ಎರಡು ಹರುಷ ಒಂದೇ ಯಾರಿಗುಂಟು ಹೇಳು ಜಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೂವು ಮುಳ್ಳು ಎರಡು ಉಂಟು ಬಾಳಲಗೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ದುರಾಸೆ ಏತಕ್ಕೆ ನಿರಾಸೆ ಏತಕ್ಕೆ ಅದೇನೆ ಬಂದರೂ ಅವನ ಕಾಣಿಕೆ ಬಾಳಿಗೊಂದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಆಸೆ ಗೆಲ್ಲಿಕೊನಿದೆ ಏಕೆ ಕನಸು ಕಾಣುವೆ ನಿಧಾನಿಸು ನಿಧಾನಿಸು तन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू ए वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ में याद रहे तू मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ में याद रहे तू ए वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू ए वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ में याद रहे तू ए वतन मेरे वतन ए वतन मेरे वतन तू ही मेरी मंजिल है पहचान तुझी से तू ही मेरी मंजिल है पहचान तुझी से पहुँचूँ मैं जहाँ
Thank you so much. That was
Hi folks, good evening. Listen to the groovy music from your fabulous Sanjay. Thank you. Santoshake. Haidu Santoshake. Santoshake. Haidu Santoshake. Kunidu, talake kunidu. Nalidu, ragake nalidu. Nanante. ಸಂತೋಷಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಡು ಸಂತೋಷಕ್ಕೆ ಚಿಕ್ಕದೆ ಕೊಲ್ತನುವಾನ ಅಡಿ 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 ಅಡಿ
ಮಾಡಿಸುತ್ತ ಮನುಷ್ಯದ ನಾನ್ ತೋಳ ಬಚ್ಚಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಕಟ್ಟಿ ಅರ್ರರ್ರ ನಾಕ ಮುಖ ನಾಕ ಮುಖ ನಾಕ ಮುಖ ಮಾಡಿಸುತ್ತ ಮನುಷ್ಯದ ನಾನ್ ತೋಳ ಬಚ್ಚಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಕಟ್ಟಿ ಅರ್ರರ್ರ ನಾಕ ಮುಖ ನಾಕ ಮುಖ ನಾಕ ಮುಖ ಅರ್ರರ್ರ ನಾಕ ಮುಖ 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 ಅರ್ರರ್ರ ನಾಕ ಮುಖ ನಾಕ ಮುಖ ನಾಕ ಮುಖ ನಾಕ ಮುಖ ನಾಕ ಮುಖ ನಾಕ ಮುಖ ನಾಕ ಮುಖ
जश्न है भारत रग रग में है जीत की आदत ऐसा हुनर दुश्मन भी सलामी दे तू सूरज हम तेरे उजाले तुझसे जुदा नहीं होने वाले आखिर तक हम सफर तिरंगे के जय हिंद जो नस नस में है हर बाजी फिर बस में है जिद जान के हिंदुस्तान बोले सुजलाम सुफलाम श्यामलां वन्दे मातरम् सुजलां सुफलां मलयज शीतलां शस्य श्यामलां वन्दे मातरम्
man, the great women, I should say, the women behind all this show, the women behind whatever we are today here, whatever we are gathered here. Madam, Uma Madam, now one son of felicitation from the cultural team in the. So we want to, I know that this is indebted. Whatever the contributions she has done is indebted, but a small token of appreciation, small token of energy for next year, where she can do much more than this, much more.
The alumni group has come up and we are gathered here. It's all because of Uma ma'am, and it was a sudden thought. So we planned that we need to, and she deserves it, right? So
the real motivation, right? We get motivation from Uma ma'am. Okay, she does support us in all aspects. So thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
For me. Thank you so much, all of you. I'm blessed to be here. Thank you.
We are blessed to have you. And Solomon sir, yes, he has coordinated for everything. Yes, so ma'am is telling he's the king. So he's running behind the stage, like for everything, each and every small thing. We reach out to Solomon sir, and we really appreciate for the great efforts. It's not only them, like everybody, whoever has given the contribution for today's event, right? We really appreciate, and hats off to everybody, because we have our own profession and everybody is busy. Okay, so but still everybody has taken out some time and invested their energy to make this event very successful. Thank you so much to everybody, and please keep motivating. You seniors are the ones who keeps motivating us to do better in life, and also for the young cadets. So thank you so much. Uma ma'am. You meant to say was running behind pretty ladies all the time. I'm very jealous of it.
Yeah, let's do more better things from now on. Thank you one and all. Thank you so much.